Good morning, residents. We are here in Town Hall with Brent and with all our associates for another forum. So they're going to bring you up to date on what's going on. I'd like to thank each of you for your cooperation during these tough times and sticking with us and supporting all the great thoughts that Brent and the associates have given us on how to keep us safe and keep us healthy. But the tough times are just beginning. We're now beginning to come out, and we're going to be going out. Communities are going to be opening up. And like I said last week, we're going to probably be about 2 weeks behind. So stick with us, stick with the thoughts and everything that's going on, and we're going to stay safe and healthy. With that, I'll turn it over to Brent.
Thank you, John. Good morning, everybody, and welcome to our weekly forum. We're delighted that you are able to join us this morning. Before we get started with our administrative reports, I'm going to turn it over to Sandra for a culture moment. Sandra.
Hello. I would like to welcome and introduce Chelsea Christensen. She is our new recruiter here on campus, and she is responsible for staffing and hiring across the campus. So she is busy recruiting new hires through this COVID-19 crisis, and I'm happy to say that she has made a huge impact in the last month since she's been here. We have extended offers to 22 individuals so far, so we are making a huge impact. Thanks.
All right, so what we have here, we're looking at the state of Florida and the total cases. Our count now is about 53,000 with 9,795 hospitalizations and a little over 2,300 deaths. If you look at the center of the map, you can see that Tampa is not the highest in the state, but we are sort of a medium blue, darker than everywhere except for West Palm Beach, Dade County, Broward County. So Tampa has been hit pretty hard in terms of the Hillsborough County. Pinellas County, right to the left, is the lighter blue, and so we have had a little bit better luck than our neighbors in Hillsborough. If you look over here on the right-hand side, the top graph is the number of new cases, new infections by day, and you can see since about 5:20, we've had a pretty consistent decline. If you go back to 5:11, you can say there has been an overall decline, but there have been days where we've had pretty significant spikes. Now, my understanding is that those spikes are related to data dumps because as we are testing more people and they are reporting back that information, it is impacting the number of new cases, and so it's not necessarily a by-day comparison, but an overall trend line that we're looking at. It's much easier to see that we are on the downward side of the curve when you look at fatalities. You can go all the way back to May the 4th and go to the right. The last date on the chart is May 25th, and you can pretty clearly see that the number of fatalities is declining each and every week. So real progress is being made here. Let's go and take a look at Pinellas County. All right, back in Pinellas County, our case count is 1,218 with 80 deaths. Our new cases went up 13 overnight. That's a really good number for 2 consecutive days. And so the decline is clear and evident. In Pasco County, they continue to have great stability, 375 cases with 13 deaths. In the United States, we are increasing somewhere between 1,500 and 2,000 new cases every day. Our current count is 1,000,007, and we are at 101,621 fatalities. We are in day 27 of the phase 1 restrictions. The governor's advanced phase 1, we are in day 10, and then you probably have seen where the governor has lifted more restrictions last night. Some of the beaches are now open without restrictions, and swimming pools, hotel swimming pools, and community swimming pools have been opened as well. I'm going to turn this over to Leslie and have her give us an update on the individuals here at Regency Oaks that we continue to track and monitor.
Hello, so here at Regency Oaks, on the independent living side, we have 15 residents that are in quarantine, and this is for a hospital stay that's non-COVID-19 related. And for the skilled nursing, we have 4 residents that are on quarantine for non-COVID related stay at the hospital. We have 1 staff member that is currently on quarantine. And for any flu-like symptoms or testing going on, we have 0 residents, but we have 1 staff member. And for COVID confirmed cases, we have our 1 resident and 0 staff members.
Okay, thank you, Leslie. I appreciate that update. We're going to turn now to our administrative reports. Each of the departments will provide you with an update of what's going on in their department. I had a couple of announcements as well, and I'll go through those now. So you probably have noticed that the pool construction is finally finishing up. They have started to put the outdoor kitchen and the pergola up. Next week, we are anticipating that they will start the installation of the tiles inside the actual pool. And here in the next 2 to 3 weeks, we hope to have that project finally completed. I've had a couple of questions about the new bus, and I wanted to share with you that we have in fact been able to order the new bus. It is the exact same bus that we had ordered with Brookdale and had to wait nearly 5 months for. The good news is the bus has been ordered. The bad news is that we're going to have to wait 5+ months. We anticipate delivery sometime in September, which means I probably should push it to October. But the bus has been ordered, and we look forward to having that added to our fleet. I spoke with Corey, our landscaper, this morning, and the beautiful old dead oak in the front entry, right as you drive into the campus, we've entered into a contract for Corey to remove that. So that's going to be happening here this month, and it's going to force us to close down the front entry for a day, and we'll have to use the side entrance. We'll coordinate that with the residents and make sure we give you lots of advance notice. It's unfortunate to lose that tree, but there is just no life left in it, and we need to move forward. One other thing that will be happening in the coming weeks is our hurricane meeting. This year it's going to have to be a virtual meeting in the month of June on an annual basis. Darwin and I get together with the residents and do a presentation in the town hall. We will do it this year as well. It will just be broadcast on 732. Unfortunately, we're not ready to have residents join us in person. They are predicting a very active hurricane season for Florida this year, and we are looking forward to being able to share with you some of the preparations that we've taken and what we will be asking our residents to prepare for as well. So that concludes my remarks, and I'm going to turn it over to Sherry.
Good morning, everyone. You may have received your statement already last weekend. If you have any questions, please don't hesitate to contact me at extension 337 or Bethany at extension 506. If you have signed up for automatic withdrawal on your banks, those will occur this coming week. The 1st is Monday, so if you've signed up for the 1st, that'll happen this Monday, and or if it's the 5th, it will happen on Friday. For any of you who want to sign up for that, please don't hesitate to call me and request the form, and we'll get that taken care of for next month. Thank you. Have a great weekend.
Hello, I'm Lauren Rose, Director of Administrative Services. And I want to first of all tell everybody that I miss seeing you all around campus. Looking forward to having restrictions lifted so we will be able to greet each other again. As Brant mentioned earlier, the hurricane meeting this year will be done on a virtual basis. Every year, I update the hurricane emergency manual, make sure that all the information in there is correct and up to date. We typically hand out disaster prep questionnaires at the hurricane meetings. This year, we'll be putting them into your in-house mailboxes. These are questionnaires asking that should you have to leave your apartment in case of an emergency, will you need assistance? What type of assistance will you need? So when they go in your boxes, if you would kindly fill them out and turn them into the front desk. We maintain a spreadsheet so we know who needs additional help should the need arise. Also, while you're at the front desk, either getting your temperature taken or turning in your questionnaires, please check with them and make sure the emergency contact information we have on file is up to date and correct with your friends or family's cell phone numbers. A lot of people no longer use landlines, and that information has not been corrected. We want everyone to be safe and well taken care of, so your cooperation is very much appreciated. Thank you. I'm going to turn you over to Jesse now for an update in his department.
Thank you, Lauren. Jesse Rosalie, your EVS Director. Just wanted to give you a quick update. I understand that the calendar that we have is currently expiring today, actually. We will keep you posted next week on what the new calendar will look like. Thank you. Now I will turn it over to Darwin for an update on his department.
My name is Darwin Perez. I'm the Maintenance Director. I just want to give you an update and some projects that we got coming up. We're looking and getting some bids on repainting all the stairwells throughout both of the buildings, and also getting some bids on painting the exterior of the buildings, all of them too. And we also getting some quotes to redo the flooring, all the breezeway. So we're just working on those quotes to see if they happen this year. Thank you. Over to Ricky.
Ricky Vaca, Food and Beverage Director. I just want to let all the residents know that I'm really pleased how the breezeway is going and how everyone is keeping their social distancing. And if you'd like to come down, you don't even need to sign up. Just please come on down and enjoy the barbecue. I'd like to turn it over now to Rance.
Good morning, everyone. I'm Rance Macy. I am the Healthcare Administrator over at the Health Center. A few updates this morning. Unfortunately, we continue to not allow visitors in the Health Center. I'm hoping to get more clarification on that in the month of June. However, we do remain COVID-free, so we're happy about that. I'm expecting next week to get tests from the state. The state has a requirement now where they want all residents and all staff in the health center across the state to be tested. So hopefully we'll get those done next week, and we can find out if we have maybe some asymptomatic people walking around. I hope not. And I think that's all I have. I'm going to pass it over to Christine and Personalized Living now. Thank you.
I'm Christine from Personalized Living, and I'm really excited to say that this will be the last forum that we will be known as Personalized Living. On May 31st, Sunday, we will take over our new name, which is Innovative Home Services. There will be no changes within our staff, within our phone number or location, and absolutely no interruptions in our service at all. If you need anything, please call us at extension 502 or 503. Thank you. I will be turning it over to Sandra.
Again, we are working on our new training program in the HR department and rolling it out to all of our staff to include OSHA training, onboard training, any required training through the state as well. Additionally, we are also busy onboarding all of the Personalized Living associates and transitioning them to Innovative Home Services, which is owned by LCS. On to Leslie.
Thank you so much for all the residents that have been practicing social distancing. We made a great video yesterday in how to demonstrate and use our breezeway properly with the blue lines that dining has placed on the ground. So again, thank you so much, as well as continuing to wear your face masks. And I'm going to turn over to Tiffany Rivers.
Good morning. I have some exciting news for the community. Next week at our We Miss You parade, we have ABC Action News coming to record the whole thing. So we are asking for you to come out, bring all of your bells and whistles, and be prepared for a large parade around the campus. I want to thank Louis Stream for her commitment for making this happen, so thank you if you see her. As well as I want to give you an update on our Breezeway Light Entertainment. I would like to thank everyone for practicing great social distancing last Monday on Memorial Day. We will be continuing that every Friday in the month of June. You will have some light tunes in the breezeway, so please come and enjoy the great food provided by Ricky, as well as some great entertainment in the breezeway as well. Thank you and have a great weekend.
All right, well, that concludes our administrative reports, and we're going to take a few minutes for questions.
Fran, one of our great residents, Dick Montgomery, he's very active, as are a lot of our residents, outside our great community. And he was asking about, how about the other towns, such as Dunedin, and a lot of our people are involved in bands up there and the church activities and so forth. And we're usually about 2 weeks behind, and of course, our residents want to get out and get re-involved in their outside community activities. So what sort of guidance do we want to give them?
So, great question, Don, and I'm happy to take that. It is true that the governor has loosened the restrictions and is allowing more contact outside of Regency Oaks. We are still practicing small groups. We have increased the number of individuals from 4 to 6, and we'll continue to upgrade that number as we move forward. But just from a practical matter, because our residents are at risk and a part of a population that really should not be exposed to large group settings, we would discourage people from participating in larger group activities, whether it's church meetings or choral gatherings or small bands. Restaurants are still at limited capacity, and so that is a safer behavior. But at this point, we are still recommending against large group gatherings.
One of the other questions we've been getting, Brent, is how about our estate sales? I know we've had to postpone them, of course, because of the COVID-18 or 19 situation, but we're going to be kicking them off pretty soon, I think. Again, can you clarify on that, please?
So Christine is behind on the estate sales. We have them backed up, and that is an activity that we are going to be releasing over the next couple of weeks. I think it's probably fair to say that maybe the end of the 3rd week in June, or perhaps the 4th week, we can look to have those estate sales resume.
One of the other questions that we've had, people are really, really enjoying the midday movies. But they have some questions about it. You know, who do they go to and who do they ask with regard to the midday movies and the other activities on Channel 732?
Great question, Don. I am so happy that everyone's enjoying the selection that we have of movies that we've been playing on 732. I know it's a nice, relaxing time of the day to be able to enjoy a movie and then your lunch. If you do have any questions regarding the movies or a request, you can always make that through Ginger or myself. Her extension is 505 and myself is 530. As time goes on and we are still social distancing as well as on quarantine, we are looking to add more selection to the movies. So more so like musicals, educational pieces. We're really trying to broaden our horizons so that we can keep everyone happy and entertained at the campus.
Brent, one of our pet owners has noticed that we have ants in our yard. And that has been brought to our attention, and people are wanting to know what we're going to do about it. So could you answer that one for us, please?
Sure, Don. I had heard that myself. I spoke with Corey, our landscaper, and he is going to address that. This is that time of the year as we enter into early summer where we can see an infestation of ants. We've not seen anything in the building. It's pretty much been limited to our lawn, and Corey will address that in the next coming week.
Long-standing problem. This is the question for Jesse. North building trash room. A lot of loose trash, this has been a continuing problem, and people want to know what we're going to do about it.
Thank you, Don. I just want to remind everybody, this is a team effort, so we want to ask you to please double bag all your items that have bags, or all your trash that has glass inside, double bag them, and just be mindful that if you're disposing of it on the 5th floor, by the time it reaches the 1st floor, it will probably be everywhere. So please pay attention to that.
I just wanted to let everybody know that this weekend is a hurricane supply tax-free weekend in the state of Florida. So if you want to stock up on batteries and radios and lanterns, they are tax-free. I do know that you can use Walmart pickup, whereby if you order it online and if you're out and want to pick it up, they will put it in your trunk so that it is a contactless pickup. If you're driving, just order it ahead of time. Tell them what time you're going to be there, and you text them when you get there, and they'll put it in your truck. Also, if you're using a grocery delivery service like Shipt, those items will be tax-free.
Have a great weekend. We'll see you next week as Innovative Home Services. Bye-bye, everybody.
Bye-bye.